We're gonna go ahead and replace our driver's side lower control arm. It's located right here on the bottom side of the front suspension on the driver's side. The process for the passenger side is gonna be the same. Using our 22mm socket, let's loosen and remove our lug nuts. Go ahead and remove your wheel, set that aside. We're gonna go ahead and use our 22mm wrench. We're gonna go ahead and loosen and remove the nut on the back side of the lower control arm bushing mount. We're going to use a 22mm socket to go ahead and loosen and remove our forward lower control arm bolt here. And I'm just going to use a pry bar here just to work that out so we can pop that bolt out. Let's go ahead and use our 19mm socket and remove these two bolts here holding our lower control arm bushing in place. On the top of our rear bushing here, there is one of the bolts on the back here that holds our sway bar bushing in place. That goes through into our rear sway bar bushing. So we're going to use our 14mm deep socket, use our ratchet. Let's get in here, loosen, and remove that. So we switched over to a swivel head ratchet. Give us a little more room to get around our tie rods here. Here we go. All right, we got that bolt out. Now on the top of our lower ball joint, we have a locking pin. You may have a cotter pin on your particular application. I'm gonna go ahead and use your pliers. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off. Remove your locking pin, set that aside. Now we did soak this down with some rust penetrant prior to tackling this job. I'm gonna use a 19mm socket here. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this nut. Now we're not gonna remove it all the way. We're gonna use it as a capture nut when we go ahead to separate our ball joint from our knuckle. What we wanna do is get this nut probably about to the point where about half of the ball joint studs are in it. And put your finger down inside that nut, you can feel the ball joint stud. So right there is good. You want to go ahead and use your hammer. You want to strike the knuckle. This is going to relieve the pressure on the ball joint here. You want to go ahead and wear eye protection. And if you're going to be using a hammer striking this, ear protection is always well advised. So what we're gonna do is we wanna go ahead and raise up our suspension a little bit and relieve some of the pressure off of our ball joint and knuckle area here. So we're gonna go ahead and use our screw jack. We're gonna go ahead and raise up the unit here by using our brake rotor. Now we're not gonna lift the vehicle off of the jack itself. We just wanna compress some of the suspension here. Let's go ahead and strike that knuckle and see if we can get that ball joint to release. So we now have our ball joint separated from the knuckle. Let's go ahead and remove the nut here. We'll set that aside. At this point here, just pop our ball joint out. At this point here, we should be able to grab the whole control arm and that bushing and slide this right out. We're just going to go ahead and loosen this nut here on our bushing just a tad. We loosen this nut here. This should allow this bushing to pivot a little bit. Now we can go ahead and line this up, install that. Line up our front bushing. And we'll just tap that in like that. We can then at this point here, go ahead and line up our ball joint. Pop that up inside. Just get that nut started just to hold it in place. Let's go ahead and line up our rear bushing right here. I'm going to tap this in. A couple love taps with a rubber mallet. Pop that up. Let's go ahead and get these bolts started. Now we did run these through the wire wheel machine, clean them up, put some anti-seize compound on those threads. Once we get these bolts threaded in, we're not going to tighten them up yet. We're going to go ahead and install our front horizontal bolt. Now go ahead and pull on your brake system here. Go ahead and get that bolt in. Get that start a few threads. Now that we have all the bolts started here, I want to go ahead and we're going to snug everything down until everything is seated, but we're not going to tighten everything down yet. At this point here, let's go ahead and snug down our ball joint nut here. We want to go ahead and tighten down our lower ball joint nut here. And once that's tight, you want to go ahead and torque this down. You want to go ahead and torque it to 80 foot-pounds if you have the availability to do so. In our case here, we're just going to make sure that this is good and tight. I'm going to go ahead and get that on there pretty good. Now what we want to do is make sure that the notch in our castle nut lines up with the notch in the ball joint. Now if you torque this down and the hole doesn't line up with the notch in the castle nut, you want to go ahead and tighten the nut a little bit more till the next notch shows up. You don't ever want to loosen this once you have it torqued. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and feed our cotter pin in. And once it goes in, I'm going to go ahead and bend this cotter pin up and fold that over. Our cotter pin is coming through, hitting the back of our knuckle, not a big issue. You can use a pick, you can use a pair of pliers. Go ahead and bend this over as it's going through. Once it comes through, you can use a pair of pliers and finally fold over the top. We're just going to fold that top one, and then I'm going to use my cutters and I'm just going to cut off the excess. We're going to install our last bolt here. This goes in the backside of our sway bar bracket between the control arm bushing bolts here. Let's see if we can get this threaded in. Now we did run this bolt through the wire wheel to clean the threads, and then we put some anti-seize compound on those threads as well. I'm simply going to thread this in as far as I can by hand, and then we'll go ahead and snug that down. All right. Now that we have that snug, we can go ahead and torque down some hardware. Now let's go ahead and torque down that sway bar bracket bolt to 29 foot-pounds. Now at this point here, we're gonna go ahead and put our screw jack underneath our control arm, and we're gonna compress our suspension. We're gonna lift this up just to the point where the vehicle just starts coming off of our lift. In your case here, you're gonna support this here just until the point where it starts coming off of your jack or your jack stands. Let's go ahead and raise this. Now that we have our suspension leveled off and our vehicle just started to come off of our lift here, we're gonna go ahead and torque down our suspension bolts here. We're gonna torque this front bolt to 119 foot-pounds. On our rear bushing here, we have the two bolts that go up into it. We're gonna go ahead and torque those down to 69 foot-pounds. Now your rear pivot bolt here, you wanna torque this down to 119 foot-pounds as well. In our case here, we're going to use our wrench. We're going to tighten that down. At this point here, we have everything torqued on our lower control arm. We can now go ahead and lower that suspension, and we'll get that jack out from underneath the control arm. Go ahead and remove your jack and set that aside. Go ahead and install your wheel. We're going to get and install your lug nuts. Once you get them all installed, we're going to go ahead and snug those down, and then we'll go ahead and torque them down. Let's go ahead and torque down our lug nuts to 95 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.